We do now have Kevin Holland joining us here at the ESPN desk. Thank you so much for joining us, Kevin. I mean, yeah, what are you expecting from this? Because when they offered you the name Tim Means, I'm sure you had to know that, yeah, this is going to be a scrap. It's not a kind of guy that's an easy night at the office usually.
Nah, Tim's never an easy night at the office, but no, I mean, I don't count on going out there and having a super hard scrap. I plan on going out there, being a smart fighter, and getting the job done pretty swell. I start off fast, like my man over here was saying. He starts off slow, and even if it does go 3 rounds, I think I'll be up 1 going into the second, and I'll be in my gear, and I'll just kind of zone through.
Okay.
You know?
So this is your second fight at 170 pounds here in the UFC. How are you feeling about, the transition down to this weight class and where you are now?
Actually, the transition has been really smooth. Charles with the UFC PI does a really, really good job of making sure that I'm on weight and that the process is really smooth. And I never knew that I'd be good at following schedule so well. So I follow schedule way better than I thought I ever would. And it actually works out better. I come in at these fights heavier than I do at 85, so it's kind of magnificent.
Do you feel any different, like in your techniques or your power, your speed, or maybe your mobility at all? Can you tell a difference at all between the 2 weight classes?
Maybe a little bit in everything. I feel a little better. I feel a little more clean and crisp. You know what I mean? Even my coaches were saying that my striking is starting to look a little better. I was wondering when it was going to look better again. And then they said the grappling's looking good. So everything's looking better. I think I'm just looking a lot more technical than I usually do. I think that's because you got to eat clean, you work out more, you do all the things that you normally wouldn't have to do at 85. You know, I had started doing strength and conditioning a little bit at 85 so I can keep up with the big boys, but I was still eating burgers and drinking tequila 2 weeks before the fight. You know, I really wouldn't get on the diet until a week before. At 70, I got to stay on the diet. So it just makes things a little smoother, you know.
First, let me commend you on the bling here.
Thank you.
I think it's fantastic. But so you came out hot. You had 5 wins in that 1 year, and then the next year you kind of fell off a little bit. Then it seemed like you did some soul searching throughout that time to kind of reevaluate yourself and evolve your game. What was one of the biggest things you learned about yourself in that process?
Learn about myself. I mean, I can do 5-minute rounds I can do 5 of those, you know, I can do those. I learned that. That was pretty cool. But more so, I just learned that I couldn't wrestle. So I went out there, started practicing my wrestling, got better at that. And, you know, now I feel like a more complete fighter is for a mixed martial artist, you know. I used to always say your wrestling was the start of my jiu-jitsu. Now I can use my wrestling to start my jiu-jitsu. So that's a wonderful thing.
Nice. Well, Dean touched on the bling there. Was there something, was Dana giving you was he saying something about that down there, or what was going on?
Oh, no. Me and Dana, I was just telling him, you know, I did the piece for him as well. You know what I mean? This original piece was for me, so then I did this piece, you know, because he gave me the big mouth name, so you got to honor your nicknames. So now that I honored my nicknames, I can go and start buying some bling for some other things.
Okay.
You know?
You can save your money too, Kevin.
I mean,
Come on
saving would be nice, but I mean, that'd be assuming that I'm spending the money that I'm getting from the UFC. My manager, KO Reps, does a really good job of getting me a lot of money outside the UFC.
Nice.
And then a lot of my jewelers actually do a good job of giving me my jeweler because I do a good job of flaunting it and fronting it and putting it out here for the world. So the more jewelry you see me with and the more you think I spent on it, the more you might want to go spend on some jewelry yourself. And therefore, my jewelers win, and I'm still in a good spot. So,
wow, look at this. We're making deals up here. All right, I'll tell you what, we'll take this offline. But honestly, in terms of the fight, though, we do expect great things from you and Tim. And
Thank you.
Do you have a prediction for it?
Yeah, I have a prediction. Me and Tim are going to go out there and give the fans everything that they want to see. And that's all I can say. That's all I can do. If I wrestle, I wrestle.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.